Sales from the street. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to have you, and I'm so excited for Dustin today, who's joining us on this episode of Sales from the Street. I know one of these days you're going to, probably send me some teacher to help with my singing lessons. But anyways, I hope that it didn't burst your ears too bad. Listen, this episode is really cool. Dustin is going to give us a good idea of what it's like to be selfless. I mean, I know that we are, and a lot of people, however, in the world think sales professionals are greedy, sleazy. We're all about the money, baby, and not about them, and not about our prospects. And Dustin actually spin that today and give us a story of a scenario that he was placed in and how he was able to truly show the client of his selfless nature, and in turn, eventually won the deal. It's going to be a great episode. But before we dive into the episode, as always, I got to give shout outs. And this week, I want to give a big shout out to Oscar. I want to welcome you to the Evangelizers. Thank you so much for connecting there. And I'm looking forward to learning more from you. And also, Joseph, congratulations on a new job. And I'm excited that you're out there hustling and bustling in sales, and that the Sales Evangelist podcast is being a tool to help you. So congratulations on that. Look forward to being able to assist you and to guide you in any way that we can. So if you would like to connect with us, no big deal. You can find us on Facebook, the Sales Evangelizers. That's our private Facebook group. Again, the Sales Evangelizers. And then we also have our Facebook page. You can find our Facebook page, which is the Sales Evangelist. It's facebook.com/the Sales Evangelist. That's where you can get behind the scenes and learn about some of the things we're doing, tips, tricks, quotes, motivations, and so forth. And finally, you can always connect with me personally on Twitter, Donald C. Kelly, or on LinkedIn, Donald C. Kelly, there as well. Look forward to hearing from you and how we can better be of assistance to you and just being connected. Now, also, my buddy Jimmy Burgess and I are launching this course. Oops, I kind of gave it out. It's going to be an exciting opportunity, exciting thing. We're going to keep showing some more things about that on social media. And our launch date for the course is going at the end of this month. This is going to be an awesome opportunity for anyone in sales. Whether you're new, whether you are a veteran, someone who's may have fallen into the rut, it's going to be how you can help take yourself from here to a much higher level. We're going to have a sense of accountability in this course, and it's just going to be awesome. Great group of people we are getting together so far. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can stay tuned for some of the awesome details, and I'll make sure to keep you informed about that. But let's go ahead and dive into our episode with Dustin. Welcome to the show, Dustin.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Excited to have you, man. And I know you're going to bring us a ton of value today, especially on these episodes. They're some of my favorite because it's the opportunity to hear from sales professionals who are out there on the front lines, out in the street selling, so to speak, and to get some of the challenges that you're facing, how you overcame that challenge, the results that you saw, and just, great results. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Great. Well, I've been in B2B sales for about 10 years now. And currently, I sell a comprehensive HR outsourcing service that includes things like HR consulting, payroll processing, and various types of businesses, insurances like workers' comp and health insurance.
Gotcha. So you have a great opportunity to stay busy there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very comprehensive solution, very robust, has a big impact for the right client. But at the same time, it's a very difficult sell, and there's lots of moving pieces to it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know how that is, and it can be a definitely a big challenge, especially in the B2B sales world. And I think your thoughts today are going to definitely help a lot of those who are listening. Not only, in fact, those who are selling B2B, but B2C. It's just the principles that they can take and apply. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Tell us about the major sales struggle that you faced.
Well, I think it's not something that I face specifically. I mean, I'm still continuing to learn this lesson even after being in the game for 10 years. But I think all salespeople face the struggle of just being a salesperson. What I mean by that is we're put under some tremendous pressure to hit company quotas and our own personal financial goals. We work on commission, and often many of us have lofty financial expectations of ourselves, and when we're focused on what we're going to earn, sometimes the customer needs come second to our own personal needs.
I know you had a story that you mentioned to me before about that. You mind sharing some of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a story about something new that I did for one of my clients that I brought on board last year. They had a pretty unique set of requirements and requests, and I did my best to accommodate them. And I was also making sure that I was upfront about what we could and couldn't do. And when they told me that what we couldn't do was a deal breaker, I kind of did the unthinkable. I referred them to a competitor. And I thought the competitor might be able to accommodate their needs because they had a focus in their particular industry that they were in, more so than we did. And after that, I pretty much wrote them off as a potential client. But I did get a call from them a couple weeks later saying that they wanted to get started with us. And I never verified this with the client, but I bet that because I was upfront and not over-promising our solution and even introducing them to a competitor, I'm pretty sure that that action solidified their trust in me and let them know that I was the right person to help them.
First of all, what did they say when you told them that you couldn't help them?
They pretty much said that if I wasn't able to accommodate the request. So what the request was they had actually two different companies, one and they had employees performing work in two different industries, mm-hmm. and one of the industries we can work with, and one of the industries we couldn't. And I told them that we just don't work with that industry, and it's too high risk for us. And they told us that if we couldn't serve both companies, then it'd be a deal breaker. They were going to split up services between the two companies. But it turns out, neither could our competitors.
Was that a shock to them when you turned them down?
No, I don't think it was a shock for them. I think they were hopeful that we could make some exceptions, that we might be able to work. And in fact, we're actually working with them right now to try to bring on the second company because the first company's been a success. It's still in the works. I never promised that we could. So I think the fact that we were honest about that really helps our chances. Even though they said it was a deal breaker, I didn't try to promise that we could do it, knowing that we couldn't. I said, it's going to take a lot to try to get it approved. We'll do our best. And we did. We tried, but we just, at the end of the day, we couldn't make it work.
Now, what would you say as far as, is this still something that you feel is plaguing you as a sales professional, something you continually have to overcome of letting things go sometimes? Or is this something that you've mastered now?
Yeah. In fact, in this role that I'm in now, it's becoming more and more of a theme. One of the things is I work for the premium provider in our space. So, I work for the Nordstrom, if you will, of the providers who do what we do. And with that comes a premium price tag. So if I find someone who's interested in saving money, a lot of times we got to weed them out because of that. We're not the right fit for someone who just wants to save money. If they don't really appreciate the value in what we do, we need to determine that and determine if it's going to be a waste of everyone's time or if we should really continue the sales process and evaluation process to see if we can have an impact for them.
I think that's a key part there, man. Just being able to understand what you can do and capable of and what you're willing to do and not to bend on your morals, so to speak, or bend on your qualifications, your guidelines. And I think that tells a lot. And in your story, it's definitely told a lot to the customer that, hey, I mean business and this is what we stand for and this is what we're not going to budge on. Is this like I know one of the things that you've mentioned was just the concept of putting this customer's needs above your needs. I mean, what are some of the impact you saw today now from learning and still trying to apply this principle?
I think it's impacted my confidence because if I know that I'm really looking out for them and doing a good job for them, I'm not afraid to tell them to take action and to essentially ask for the sale because I know it's in their best interest. And I know if we're not a fit, I know I can walk away. It's nice not being desperate for the sale. I have worked for companies in the past where the culture has been to close at all costs, almost like a very Glenn Ross environment, right? It's just not a good place to be. Having the ability to not work with every potential client is empowering, and it allows me to focus more time and attention on companies that will be a good fit.
What is the main lesson you'd like listeners who are listening to this particular episode to walk away with today?
I think the main message is just to follow the golden rule, to treat customers how you want to be treated and to put their interests above your own. And I think if you do that, then the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, I love that. You got to look out for the customer, not just your self-interest. Well, I know you're going to definitely be successful, and you're going to definitely help a lot of people with this message. I think it's important for us to all remember that. What's the best way for the audience to stay in touch with you if they'd like to stay connected with you?
Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, Dustin Dellera, and I can be found on Twitter at @Dellera, Dellera. I'm actually starting a sales blog called salesstudent.com, where I'm curating best practices and sharing stories like the one I shared with you, and would love to provide interested people content on how to be a better salesperson.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely link back to you there and make sure that people can stay in touch with you. But we really appreciate this. Thanks so much for coming out and sharing some thoughts with us. Love the sales from the street example. I love the idea of making sure to look out for the customer, keep them number one. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you so much, Donald.
Told you this man was going to bring it. And it's awesome. The fact that Dustin was able to be so selfless in this situation, was able to put the client above his own personal needs and saw great results. And that's the way we're supposed to do it. That's what selling is all about. It's delivering value. If it's with me or not, I'm delivering you value. And hopefully you can get what you want in the end. So check it out. You can get connected with us and go to our website, thesalesevangelist.com. This is episode number 150. Can you believe that? Episode 150? Man. So the salesevangelist.com, episode 150, you can get connected with Dustin there. You can get connected with him on LinkedIn and his website. And I highly recommend his website. He's starting off and writing some cool stuff. And he has some, one of his stories, one of his blog posts. So you can check it out there and see it as well. But stay connected with them. Stay connected with all of us. I want you to be happy. I want you to be successful. And if you have a sales story, you have something that changed your life, your way you sell, and had such tremendous impact on you, I want to hear about it. And I think the world needs to hear about it too. Dang it. So tell us, email me, Donald@thesalesevangelist.com, Donald@thesalesevangelist.com. Tell me I have a story and I want to share it with the world. And I'd love to share your sales story, how you had a challenge, how you overcame it, and the great results that you saw from it. Overall, I want you to go out and do big things.